My heat and air were in a state of disrepair. My drains were clogged. I was really in despair. So I called some guy. You've never seen such a mess. And every time he leaned over, well, you can probably guess. Now I get it done right by Picture Rocks Cooling. They're neat and clean, peachy clean. Really no fooling. Got a problem? Just call up and help is coming. Picture Rocks Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltoalan.com. Again, that's selltoalan.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with a tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
And good morning. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, and we're here at Live the Dream Studios. We're broadcasting live. I should say we're broadcasting live from Live the Dream Studios. If you haven't already downloaded the app, go to your Google Store or your Apple Store, download Live the Dream Media. And that way you can listen to all of our podcasts and music. And today we have a special guest with us, my friend Scott Tilley. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Ron. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Scott is with TRAK Ranch, and tell us a little bit about TRAK Ranch.
Well, TRAK Ranch is its acronym is Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids. We're a local nonprofit qualifying charitable organization. We just celebrated 17 years of business yesterday, Ron.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been great.
So as a therapeutic ranch, what do you do?
Well, we do a variety of programs. Actually, we have quite a few programs. Our number one program, I would say, is our community service programs. We bring kids in from the community. Mm-hmm. They may have specific challenges. Some may not have specific challenges, but they'll come in. They'll learn about our animals, learn how to handle them, some basic dietary questions, health questions, and things like that. And then we take these children and animals out into the community, and we provide community service work.
Oh, okay.
So you could find us at assisted living homes, memory care facilities. The TMC Children's Clinic is one of our favorites.
Oh, wow.
Ronald McDonald House, Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind. And then we also have programs for groups, mental health groups such as Kodak, Intermountain Behavioral Health, La Paloma Family Services, things like that, where they come out and they will help with the day-to-day operation chores of the ranch.
Ah, okay. So they're learning some skills.
Exactly. We call this our animal-assisted life skills program. So they can come in and they can get kind of work abilities experience, learn how to handle the animals, some common sense, and just basic work skills, problem-solving skills. They'll learn how to handle the animals, clean, the muck stalls, do the water buckets. We have a great partnership with Whole Foods. They give us about 180 pounds of their perishable produce every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow.
Yeah, so our volunteers will go through. They'll take off the twisty ties, pull the stickers off, sort through the vegetables, and then they feed it to our 60-some animals that we have on the ranch. So it's a really, really unique community ranch. We pretty much have a program for everyone.
Right. And I've done your volunteer training before. Well, I did it about a year ago.
Yeah.
And that's really neat. And it teaches you a lot about the animals and their characteristics and just pretty much how to approach them and how to kind of handle them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do volunteer orientation every other month, and that also comes with a horse handler class. So you will learn how to handle these big animals safely, learn how to conduct operations in and around them safely, and keep our public safe when we are out on events and doing service visits.
Yeah, animals can tell. Part of the training is they can tell. They can tell your demeanor. If you walk into that stall and you're in a bad mood or you don't like animals for some reason or whatever, they can tell. I guess you have an aura around you that they know.
Absolutely. They have quite a receptor for energy. If you're having a bad day or you're a little bit fidgety or you're angry or something like that, these are herd animals, and they will not go anywhere near a dangerous person.
Yeah.
So you really have to get your emotions under control and really kind of open up your senses and open up your heart and allow these really majestic beings to help you navigate life's ups and downs.
Yeah. And you can actually, kind of have a relationship with these animals once you get to know them. I mean, they're just like you have a relationship with your dog at home.
Yes.
These animals, they look forward to seeing you. They know when you're coming in. And just,
yes. Yeah. They absolutely have their own personalities, and the funny thing is you've never been more judged unless you're 5 minutes late feeding horses, let me tell you.
I don't know. My dogs judge us pretty good if we're late. They let us know.
Yeah, they're on quite a routine.
Yeah.
But I've seen, over the years, I've seen so many families change, completely change, just over the animal interactions and things that we've had. One particular boy I really want to speak about.
Sure, please do.
His name is Jackson. Jackson is he's autistic. He's actually 20 years old now, and a lot of times when children reach the age of 18, a lot of the better services that are provided kind of will fall off.
Right.
And so, even a child that doesn't have specific challenges, are they really ready to go out in the world at 18 years old?
No. They need that support.
Very few and far between.
Yeah.
Very few and far between. So, a lot of times, what I've found is these parents that have young adult children that have specific challenges. They've sacrificed careers. They've sacrificed financial. They've sacrificed countless hours.
Yeah.
And just their ability to be able to go out in the public and do something normal, like go to the grocery store. Something just as normal as what you would think.
Yeah.
Is not so normal for these families.
Didn't even think about that.
And, a lot of times, we'll just call them meltdowns. Just certain things like a baby crying at a grocery store would cause a meltdown. A dog barking or, just different things will set them off.
Things that are out of the ordinary for them in their life?
Exactly. Or just a little bit too many people and too many things going on. And so what happens is that the families, they really just become recluse. They don't want to go out and experience just regular things because of the possibility of a meltdown and possibly being judged by, the people of the community. And what we really do, what we really specialize at TRAK is like cultivating what they're good at. And we use gentle persuasion to teach and to encourage, and we like to lay out goals, and each goal for each family is going to be a little bit different.
Okay. I'm sure they're probably a little bit timid at first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, usually, Jackson's mom, when she first came, she said, hey, I just thought we were coming to pet some horses. I really didn't expect that this was going to go very far.
Yeah.
And it's changed their entire family's life.
That's so cool.
They fly out here from California, Ron, from every 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
In California, they have some really good services for some adults, but they don't do kind of what we do. And now this young man he was pretty nonverbal when he first came to me. Was terrified of dogs. We had a Saint Bernard at the ranch, and
I remember him. Yeah.
Little by little, he got a relationship with the Saint Bernard. Started walking him from the car to the ranch, and from the ranch to the car when he would leave.
Yeah, he was just a big, gentle giant.
Yeah, he just. I mean, he was.
But
just
he could be intimidating just because of his size.
Massive dog. Yeah, he was like 250 pounds with a 3-foot goober hanging off of him. So a lot of people didn't even want to get close, but. Just a super sweetheart of a dog, and they got a relationship, and that relationship grew. So where he would start asking for Bubba weeks before they flew out here.
Oh wow! And he's anticipating it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And so periodically I send videos at night of the dog saying good night and getting tucked in, and. I go check on the horses every night, so I'd send a video to him. Hey, Buck, your favorite horse, he just wants to say goodnight, and Earl, and some of the other horses that he rides.
Right.
And so to just kind of keep him involved and keep him up to date with what's going on at the ranch because he is so far away.
Sure.
And Mom says he just looks for those. He just waits for me to send these videos, and he
it's
starts
one of his highlights of his day.
He starts talking about it, and he starts counting down the days. To this. And this has been such a journey. When he first came to me, like I said, he was nonverbal, so I'd got the little floaty foam letters that float in like the bathtub, And so what I did is I start putting horse phrases together in our round pen.
Okay.
Walk, trot, canter, whoa. He started using the words.
Oh, really? Wow,
so
that's amazing.
So I was like, wow, I'm onto something. So then I started doing parts of the saddle, showing them the words.
Yeah.
And then we would do numbers. And so I would ask him to do specific tasks, and then we would count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
So now we're putting small sentences together. We're communicating.
Yeah.
Not just the communication with me as a human verbally,
right?
But he's communicating with that horse, most importantly. And the growth and the excitement on this young man's face. So back to them flying out here and just day-to-day normal stuff, right? They could never get on a plane before. She would have to drive 9 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. We've made some collaborations with JSX Air. It is a special airline that they are trained for families that have specific challenges.
Oh, okay.
They have an airplane on the tarmac. They have the rental car right there. You can sit right inside. They have a meltdown room or a quiet room.
Okay.
So if something does happen or there's too much stimulation, They have a room, and their staff is trained, Ron,
Wow.
to handle this. So when Jackson gets there, he's greeted like a movie star.
Right, yeah.
They roll out the red carpet for him. They give him a stuffed animal, a nice softy pillow, and a blankie. And where would you like to sit, buddy? And kind of show him around. She just
Very
finished. Jackson's mom just finished a commercial with them, which was fantastic. But another lady that was in our Business Associates of Tucson group, that was part of the J.W. Marriott's back before COVID, I had got with them, and we had collaborated on suites because I do get a lot of autistic folks from around the country that want to come do this now.
Right.
So we've set up some packages with them at the hometown suites over here.
Okay.
So the families can fly in if they want to use JSX Air. Highly recommend it. They come out to the ranch. We can usually what I do when they come out for the week is I'll do a morning session with him, and I'll do an evening session with him.
Oh, okay.
And so that way, in the week that they're here, we're probably getting anywhere from 12 to 15 sessions in.
Okay. Yeah.
In a week's time or a 5-day time frame. So it's been very, very, very good. And just recently, I also met up with another lady at the group networking thing, Sasha, and she's a fiduciary, but she's a teacher first,
Right.
and she has these packages for these families to start setting up a package for these children, because a lot of their biggest worries are what's going to happen to them when I'm gone.
Right. Yeah.
And who's going to take care of them and who's going to do all of these things. So we're really working on a whole package for the whole family, from the financial aspect of it to the care of their child after they're gone.
Wow.
And the best part of what we do is a lot of times these families, they have siblings.
Yeah.
And the siblings are drug around to these, different things. Some of these, some of the things, sessions that they go through, they get to do cool stuff like riding horses, playing soccer on a horse.
Sure.
Doing stuff like that, but they're made to sit on the sideline. And so what happens is they start to create resentment.
Yeah.
And that resentment towards those treatments, towards their sibling, towards everything. And so what's cool about our ranch is that they get to participate
Oh, okay.
in that therapy. They get to join their sibling, or the parent gets to join the child. I can't tell you how many times I've had parents just completely get emotional with me because I've grabbed a mother's hand and said, "Ma'am, how can I help you? Would you like to ride with your son?"
Wow.
And it becomes a family thing. So it's not we're coming out to do Jackson's treatment.
Right.
We're going out to Arizona to have a vacation as a family.
Yeah.
But this young man, we did a video with him, and in the video it said he may not ever drive a car, but he can certainly ride a horse.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to change that video now because he's been helping me feed the horses, Ron, with the golf cart.
Oh, okay.
And he's been driving the golf cart around. He's doing pretty darn well.
Wow.
I hope my insurance person's not listening to this, but yes, he can actually drive. Because he qualifies as for handicap, she looked into finding him his own personal little car.
Oh,
and
okay.
it just arrived last week. And so he's been doing some driving lessons over there, and he's learning how to drive now too. So here's a child, and in let's just say 5 or 6 years that he's been coming with me, nonverbal. Pretty much every professional that he's been in front of told his parents that they should give up on him. He should be institutionalized.
Yeah, and that's something that no parent ever wants to hear.
No, could you imagine?
No, I can't. I can't.
That just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
And here's a kid that he can complete a task. Mm-hmm. He can follow direction.
Right.
He can do these different things. So, like I said, it's just a matter of cultivating what they're good at.
Yeah.
And continuing to go down that road and teach and guide and assist and help out. It's just like your kid. Are you going to give up on your child?
No.
I mean,
yeah, never.
Even when he's 40 or 50 years old, if he has problems with his family, you're going to give advice. You're going to steer the child in the right direction. They're never not going to be your child, right? And I think
it just shows that, everyone needs a different method of learning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's just, I think autism is, I think it's a gift. I don't think it's a disability. I think it's a gift because a lot of these people that have autism have a very special aspect about what they do.
Okay.
And it's gifted.
Yeah.
Another young man that has come through, he's a heck of an illustrator. Same type of thing. Both parents were professionals, doctors. They had him in front of every expert in the world on autism. They moved from New York to Tucson.
Just for that?
Just for us.
Wow.
Just for us at TRAK.
That's amazing.
And I think what happens is these parents, they want someone to just believe in their child.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
They're just looking for somebody to believe in just one little piece. And I see the gift in everyone that I've ever dealt with.
Right.
And it's just a matter of just taking the time to guide and just steady the course, stay with it, don't give up on it.
Yeah.
But this young man, he also came in. Every expert said, he should be institutionalized. I mean, he was scared of the roosters crow.
Ah, okay.
Started with me when he was very, very young. Could barely just do anything. If he heard that rooster crow one time, it was like, well, he was ready to head for the car. Well, just gentle. Keep at it. He got better with it. Mm-hmm. More exposure. Obviously, they're going to have meltdowns.
Yeah.
But how we deal with those meltdowns and encourage to continue is really, got to show them the way. Anyway, long story short, this man recently just graduated Pima College.
Wow, fantastic.
With a digital
graphics, maybe?
Digital graphic design, but he does a lot of camera stuff. He's a wizard with video, and he's an illustrator.
Okay.
The kid was so brilliant that he practically taught the class and helped the professor. I'm not kidding you. And my wife, over the years, she's done a few children's books that she's putting together, and this young man has done all the illustrations in the books.
I did not know that.
And the books are about the animals that have been at the ranch. So when like a new animal comes in, they might pal up with another animal. So it's kind of like the story of, let's just say, Bubba and Lulu.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite ones. And Bubba's the Saint Bernard, and Lulu, when she came to us, she was a little potbelly pig. She could fit in one hand.
Oh.
And this little pig, because we didn't have any. Well, we had bigger pigs, but they weren't very nice to her. So she lived in the house for about 4 weeks, I think. But
all right, we're coming up on a commercial break right now.
All right.
Stay with us. We're going to thank our sponsors, and then we will be back with Scott Tilley of TRAK Ranch.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in southern Arizona. and I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
Your favorite radio just got bigger, bolder, and better connected. Live the Dream Media is revolutionizing how you stay tuned in. With our explosive growth in online radio and our brand new mobile app, your entertainment goes wherever you do. Stream your favorite shows, discover new hits, and connect with audiences across the digital landscape, all at your fingertips. Advertisers don't miss out. Join our expanding digital network and reach engaged listeners across platforms. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and experience radio reimagined.
All right, welcome back to Southwest Flavor. We're talking with Scott Tilley of TRAK Ranch. You were telling us about your little potbelly pig that you could hold in your hand.
Yes, Lulu. The Lulu and Bubba. So anyway, so my wife had started some books. And anyway, this young man had been doing some of the illustrations. But Lulu, when she came to us, she would just, she would fit in your hand. I think she was probably about maybe 2 pounds.
Oh, wow. Really?
So she lived in the house for, I would say, maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks or so, until she got a little bit bigger where she could, kind of keep her distance from some of the bigger pigs that we had.
And the bigger pigs were they 300 or 400 pounds?
No, I mean, they're still potbelly pigs, so probably in the 200-pound range, maybe a little less. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so the 6 weeks that she lived in the house, she literally started picking up being a dog. So we'd let the dogs out in the morning, and the dogs would all go running out the door, barking, and kind of like run out to check on the animals and stuff.
Yeah.
And Lulu would follow the dogs out of the house like she was barking. Just funny. Super, super character. We still have Lulu at the ranch. She's probably close to 200 pounds now.
Okay.
I'd say she's she's not going to take any naps on the Saint Bernard anymore. That's for sure. But anyway, this young man, like I said, it was just gentle encouragement and persistence, and we just continued to cultivate. And like I said, their whole family relocated here from Rochester, New York, this young man had 2 other siblings, who also were a very, very big part of our program. They rode with their brother. They grew up with their brother. And grew up in the program. Like I said, it was life transforming for this family. They ended up adopting a couple horses.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we kept the horses at the ranch. And so then I taught the young man how to train a horse. So he literally learned all the ground skills, how to send them off on a lead, how to bring them back. How to bring them in a box and hold them still without a line.
Okay.
No line whatsoever.
Really?
This was all just freehand training and, signals and verbals. And he really excelled at it. Really, really, really did well.
Yeah.
And then the next young man I want to talk about, again, started with me when he was very young. I'd say 8 or 9 years old. And very quiet. I would say nonverbal, but he did have some words.
Okay.
But he's now 20, how old is he now? 22-ish?
Okay. So do most of these kids come to you when they're around teenage years?
Well, I tell you, Ron, if I can get them when they're younger, you know, before they're teenagers, you know, the more time I have to spend with them, the more I can get them up to an adult level productivity by the time they're of age.
Yeah.
If I start later on as teenagers,
You're kind of behind the curve.
it takes me a little more time. But if I can get them when they're at like, you know, that 8 to 10 year old range, you know, by the time they're into their 20s, they're going to be pretty well groomed to go out into society and be productive.
Cool.
But anyway, this young man came, and his mother was a teacher at one of the other schools that we collaborated with.
Okay.
And so she was just very, very good about getting him there and making sure that he was a part of it. And so he grew into this, and I really kind of noticed from early on that he just really had a very calm, steady demeanor.
Okay.
Never got real excited. What was different about him with the other kids that are in Autistic Society, I didn't see a lot of meltdowns with him. He was able to control his emotions inside pretty well. And to be a farrier, I don't know if you know what a farrier is, but it's a person that puts the horseshoes on the horses.
Right.
You really have to have like this, you know, a super steady demeanor. Like you don't get excited because those horses.
The horses are very sensitive.
They sense. They're very, very sensitive. And so we partnered with a guy that ran or that owned the Tucson Farrier School. And so I spoke with George, and I said, "Hey, George, I got this young man." I said, "I really think that he has what it takes to become a farrier." I said, but we have a challenge. And George said, "Well, what's that?" And I said, "Well, he has autism." I said, "He's kind of quiet, but I really, really believe that this kid can do this."
Yeah.
And the class to be certified is about a year-long class. So George agreed. He said, "You know what?" He said, I think I can do it. I think I can make it work for you. If he can help me, then I can help him." And I said, "George, let's do this." I said, "Whatever you need to help, you know, if he can't do it, I'll help you do it."
Okay.
And so we got going down the road with him, and you know, he wasn't competent his first year. He wasn't competent in his second year.
Oh.
But by the third year, he got a certification.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so now he goes around with George, and he's actually out teaching.
Really?
With George.
Wow.
And the cool part of it is now he's maintaining all of our hoofed animals at the ranch.
Ah, okay.
And he's also apprenticing underneath a local farrier that's very busy man. And he's working with him too. I was just at Vaquero Feed the other day, and the lady that owns Vaquero Feed come up to me and she said, "Scott, I just want you to know what an incredible job that you did with him." He was like, "He is phenomenal. I haven't had a farrier that is this good in a long time."
Wow.
And I was like, man, that really makes me feel good, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Sorry. And so I kind of feel like what we have at the ranch is unique because we do deal with kids that have specific challenges, but we're open to the public.
Right.
So we have kids there that don't have specific challenges. So the cool thing about the ranch is that from the outside looking in, you really don't know who's there receiving services or who's there volunteering.
Oh, okay.
Because they all work side by side together.
Yeah.
with a common goal that that we're cowboys and cowgirls.
Right. Yeah, it's a working ranch.
When you put your hat on, your job is to take care of those animals.
Right.
And that's the number one job.
Yeah.
And those animals will help take care of our community. That's the second number one job.
Right.
So what you'll have is a lot of times you might have, let's just say you might have a girl that lost her father the year before.
Okay.
And she's there because she's trying to deal with her emotions and
right. The loss,
trying to mourn the loss of her
Mm-hmm.
father. And she comes in and she learns about some animals and makes a great connection with, let's say a horse. And then, let's say a month or two down the road, we go down to a memory care facility or assisted living home.
Right.
And, some of those places are really kind of depressing too, because here you'll have an elder in there. They're kind of in a small little room like this. They've got a TV and a bathroom, and
Yeah.
they practically growl at their caregivers whenever the caregiver comes over. Okay, hey, here's your pills, here's your breakfast.
Yeah.
And
they're kind of secluded.
they are
like
secluded,
you said, they're in their little room.
alienated, and just the lack of stimulation.
Yeah.
right. The lack of stimulation, and so you'll have, let's say, a 10, 12-year-old little girl handling a horse who lost her father the year before.
Right.
Get to this memory care facility, and we'll just call him Bob today. Well,
Right.
Bob knows that the TRAK kids are coming.
Uh-huh.
He gets up early. He shaved his face. He puts his nice duds on.
Yeah.
And he's practically sprinting down the hallway with his walker
Yeah.
to get to those kids.
Right.
And then he sits down and he tells one story after another,
Right.
after another, about his childhood
Oh, wow.
when he grew up and had animals.
Yeah.
The caregivers are like, what the heck?
Yeah, they're amazed at it.
What the heck is going on? He hardly says 2 words all month.
Yeah.
But he won't stop the hour and a half that we're there talking, telling one story after another. So the cool part of this is I get it really from both sides. Is like I get the parents that like, hey, I don't understand how you can get my kid to come out here and scoop your horse's poop.
Yeah.
And I got to beg them to wash dishes or get their dirty clothes to the hamper. But,
Right.
On summer camp, I probably have 15 to 20 teenagers
Yeah.
banging on my gate at 6 o'clock in the morning the first day of summer to get in
wow.
to help out with summer camp.
That's amazing.
And so it is amazing. It's hugely rewarding for what we do. And I want to share with you just a testimonial of one of the kids. I got a text message from a mom the other day of a young man that he'd been struggling. He'd just been struggling, trying to fit in. And I think COVID has affected our youth.
COVID did a lot of damage to our youth.
Immensely.
Yeah.
Via social-wise, via school, just fitting in,
Yeah.
anxiety, just all of these issues. And so anyway, this young man he's been volunteering with me, and I've been taking him around doing stuff, and I've just been seeing his confidence level just grow, and he's just kind of coming out of this dark gloom.
Yeah.
And so I got a text message from his mom the other day, and she said, my husband was taking him for a ride and a drive, and she was complimenting him on his shift in attitude. And the son said, I don't know. It's like being at TRAK cracks my heart open, and I feel better.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, man, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's coming from a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear that anymore.
Not at all.
And then we get a little bit of rain last week or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So Mom was with him. They were at Whole Foods, and it started pouring.
Oh, okay.
And there was a little elderly lady that was out coming out with her groceries and trying to get them in the car, trying to run, but it's just pouring on her.
Yeah.
Well, Mom said before she could practically get the car stopped, he jumped out of the car and ran over there and helped that lady get her groceries in the car. I just...
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mom was like, I don't understand. I don't get it. But whatever you are doing, it's working.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it.
Yep.
And just to see these kids, ranch kids, and I say ranch kids just because they are special. They are special. Ranch kids will look you in the eye.
Yeah, and shake your hand.
They'll shake your hand.
Yeah.
They'll ask you if they can help you.
Yeah.
They look for opportunities to be useful. Right?
Right.
How...
Yeah, you don't see that much in society anymore.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Problem solving.
Yeah.
A work ethic.
Right. Knowing that there's consequences to any of their actions, good or bad.
So I'm very proud of what we do at the ranch,
right?
And the kids and the families that we have impacted. It's a valuable commodity to the Tucson community.
It is. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. We're coming up on another break. We want to thank our sponsors, so we will be back with you in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in Southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
Your favorite radio just got bigger, bolder, and better connected. Live the Dream Media is revolutionizing how you stay tuned in. With our explosive growth in online radio and our brand new mobile app, your entertainment goes wherever you do. Stream your favorite shows, discover new hits, and connect with audiences across the digital landscape, all at your fingertips. Advertisers don't miss out. Join our expanding digital network and reach engaged listeners across platforms. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and experience radio reimagined.
All right, welcome back to Southwest Flavor. We're talking with Scott Tilley with TRAK. Scott, what brought you into this whole thing with the therapeutic ranch? I mean, that's something that most people don't think about, for a career.
Well, like you, Ron, my wife gets me into things that that sometimes I can't foresee the end.
Okay. So she had the vision? Did she have the main vision of it?
My wife was absolutely the visionary. She was a special ed teacher, and basically her special ed background really was the brainchild behind a lot of the programming that we do at the ranch. I don't
think I knew that.
Yeah, she had some special needs kids, and she happened to be located next to a assisted living home in Atlanta when she was teaching.
Oh,
and that's kind of where the kind of where the concept came from.
Okay.
She had some smaller animals, just like some hamsters and a rabbit and, some little things like that. But her special needs kids would go do like a community service visit next door at the assisted living home. So that's kind of where it all came. That's kind of where it all came from.
Did you grow up with animals?
I did.
Okay.
I've been around animals my whole life. We were farmers and ranchers, and pretty much my whole life. I was born in Scottsdale.
Okay.
But about 10 years old, my parents moved me from Scottsdale to Flora Vista, New Mexico. It was kind of like in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. And my closest next door neighbor was a race jockey who had turned horse breeder. So he raised and bred and raced quarter horses.
Ah, okay.
And so, being as how he was my only neighbor, my best friend was 25 miles away, and at 10 years old, unless you got your parents to get
take
you
you
there,
over
you're
there,
not gonna get to see each other very often. So
Right.
I spent a lot of my time, at least my free time, with Al, my mentor, and he taught me just pretty much everything I know about horses.
Oh, okay.
We raced. Don't race any horses anymore. It was just what his business was. But, learned from a very young age how to trim horses. 10, 11, 12 years old, I was underneath horses trimming feet and
Oh, wow.
riding extensively.
Yeah.
So he liked me because I had no fear. Would just jump on and go. So
Yeah.
got to breeze a lot of really young horses at a pretty young age, and just learn how to handle rank ones. From a pretty young age too. Race horses, they don't teach a lot of manners to, because of usually the nice guys finish last on the track. So
Oh, wow.
the horsemanship stuff didn't really take place until later on. After they've kind of got out of their racing career.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, pretty special upbringing with my family. I certainly wouldn't be where I am today had I still been in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have horses over at the ranch, and you have some potbelly pigs. What else do you have over there? You mentioned a rooster.
Yeah, we've got chickens, we've got rabbits, ducks, potbelly pigs, miniature horses, miniature donkeys. The world famous Smooch, the miniature donkey. He was out at the Rockin' for Heroes event this weekend.
Yeah, just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh, man, it was awesome. Really great event that Oro Valley puts on, that Rockin' for Heroes event.
They do it every year.
They do it every year. They had food trucks, a lot of vendors. Smooch, TRAK was out there. We probably did, oh my goodness, I probably did 1,200 pictures with people in that
Really?
donkey yesterday.
Oh, wow.
He's just, he's super, super cute.
Yeah.
And,
He's pretty famous around Tucson.
he is.
Yeah.
He's got around Tucson pretty well, and he's asked for at these events now. So
Wow. He has a following.
yeah, he does.
How old is Smooch?
Smooch is he's 2 years old, just about to turn 3.
Okay.
But that's kind of a funny story in itself. Our youngest daughter went off to law school, and this was my wife's moment of weakness. She said, "I need something. Give me the card."
Oh.
Next thing I know, this little cute little donkey shows up at the ranch.
Wow.
So anyway,
So Smooch is a therapy donkey for your wife also.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For everyone.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an empty nest and you're looking for a replacement, just call TRAK. My wife can hook you up.
So how can we in the community help TRAK?
Great question, Ron. So we are a qualifying charitable organization. And what that basically means is we do qualify for those Arizona state tax credits.
Okay.
It's $841 for a married couple and $421 for a single head of household. And it is dollar for dollar on your donation. It's not a percentage. It's dollar for dollar off your Arizona state tax credit.
Right. So if you have those tax liabilities and you're going to pay them anyways, you can pay them. You can direct it towards TRAK.
Yes, you can direct it towards TRAK. Direct it towards a kids program, towards a program that's directly impacting our community.
Right.
It's not like we're throwing money to the black hole of the state. They're not fixing any potholes out there for us, Ron. And,
right.
And quite frankly, they don't do what we do in the community.
Yeah.
So if you really want to keep your dollars here in Tucson, keep your dollars here in the state and impact
the community
and the children here. Go to our website. It's TRAK, TRAK, Tucson.org. We've got a donate button right on there. You can get that donation. Or if you want to come to the ranch, would love to give you a tour. You could write a check, and we can get you that tax receipt right to your accountant right away. There's a lot of ways to support and help out if you want to become a volunteer. Go to our website, follow the volunteer tabs, pass a background check, get the orientation and the horse handler class, and you can go help us impact the community too.
Yeah, and that's important too. You mentioned a background check. So everyone that's on the ranch has been background checked, and so it's a safe environment.
Absolutely, yes. Just because we work with children largely, we do work with adults too, but a large part of our group are kids. Yes, we do require a background check.
Right.
If you have a fingerprint card, that works as well.
Okay.
But yeah, you can go to our website again. It's TRAKTucson.org, or give us a call at 520-298-9808.
Fantastic. And do you still have family memberships?
We do have family memberships, and that's probably the best thing we have out there going. It's $120 annually for the whole family, and it is 50% of it is tax deductible because we are that qualifying charitable organization. So we'd love to give you a tour, come out, and show you what we do.
And then what does that family membership involve?
That family membership allows you access to the ranch 7 days a week from 7 to 11, and then again from 4 to 6 in the afternoon.
Okay.
That you can come as a family if you want to come just hang out with the animals, pet a pig, or if you want to come help feed the animals. We usually do that during our shift hours. So a lot of times the kids want to come, they want to help feed the horses. They want to help collect the eggs. They want to help do, some of the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why we set those members' hours around the specific shift times. So if the kids want to get involved or the parents want to get involved and stuff, they can certainly do it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you have any events there?
We do occasionally have some events. We had this last year. We had the Wake Up Tucson happy hour there, which was good. And we've done some donor events there where we do like a steak dinner and cocktails and music.
Oh, nice. What about smaller events like birthday parties?
Smaller events, yes. We do birthday parties. We do summer camps. We do field trips. Riding lessons. We have a traveling petting zoo where I can take a petting zoo to your family, or if you're having a birthday party or an event, we can take the animals to you. We have portable corrals we can set up at your space or your business.
Okay.
We also do what we call our animal assisted life skills program. And that's where you can come in and learn, job skills, and it's kind of like a vocation. The ranch is basically a vocational school.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
You'll have carpentry, you have plumbing, you have welding, you have,
It's a working ranch.
It is a working ranch.
It's open
every day, mending fences. It never fails. You've got something different. And then our equine assisted learning program, and that's kind of like more of a therapeutic program. And it was actually, it was a startup program that the Angel Charities helped us with in 2019.
Right.
So our animal-assisted life skills program and our equine-assisted learning program are strong, very, very strong, very, very good programs for kids with challenges.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
You mentioned summer camps, but you also have a winter camp coming up in just a few weeks.
That's right. We do have a winter break camp. It'll be just after Christmas. It'll be 5 days. Yes, we will be having camp on New Year's Day. So those parents that you want to send the kid out and get a little rest from the night's festivities,
a little recovery time.
Yeah. You'll have a couple hours. You can send them to TRAK. We'll keep them entertained. They'll have a good time, and you can at least get the party cleaned up or take a little siesta.
There you go. How long is camp? Is it for the full day? Or?
Yeah, well, it's a half-day camp, so basically 7 to 1.
Oh, okay.
So, they'll be riding horses.
Wow.
They'll be making goat milk ice cream.
Oh, cool.
They dye
some fun stuff.
Yeah, they dye the sheep's wool with Kool-Aid and vinegar.
Okay.
We have popcorn for a snack every day. Just a lot of cool, fun ranch activities for sure.
And what are the ages for the kids for that camp?
From 5 to 14.
5 to 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we put them in different groups, age accordingly.
Yeah. So if a kid has never done anything with animals or horses or pigs or anything, that'd be a good place for them?
Absolutely.
Yeah? They get that exposure?
Yeah, they get the exposure. We literally have the best animals in, around.
Right.
They've all been there, done that. A lot of our animals are rescues. Some of them have been donated. Some of them we purchased.
Okay.
But they are older, been there, done that animals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're teachers, they're babysitters.
Okay.
They're not going to have to learn, how to train a horse at the same time they're learning how to ride the horse.
Exactly. They don't have to learn those life skills. They already have those life skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like that older grandfather that wants to sit down and tell you stories.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, so you have a winter camp. Do you have one during Easter time for that spring break?
We do. We have a spring break camp. We have a winter break camp, and then we have 10 weeks of summer camp.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're interested in any of the camps, we do have the camp up online as well.
Okay.
So you can go get registered, and that is at that TRAK, TRAK, Tucson.org.
All right.
To get registered, and let's see, am I forgetting anything? Oh, riding lessons.
That's right.
We do riding lessons. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want riding lessons, adult or children riding lessons.
I didn't know you had adult.
We have
riding
adult
lessons.
riding lessons as well. Our Buckaroos program.
Okay.
So let me talk about our Buckaroos. The Buckaroos are those under 8-year-old kids that insurance dictates the age to which they control the horse on their own.
Oh, okay.
And so under 8 years old, they have to be hand-led around. So on Saturdays, we do a couple of hours worth of hand-led horse rides for those under 8-year-old kids. Huge program. I've got a big following with it. If you're also interested in doing that, you can get registered on our website and online. Sign up ahead of time the week before Saturday. And I would recommend signing up early because the slots do fill up.
Yeah.
And then the last program I'd like to speak about is our Tiny Trailblazers program.
Okay.
And this is your stay-at-home parent or caregiver with toddlers. We have a 5-week program where they'll come in, they'll learn a little bit about each one of those farm animals that we have. They'll do a little craft. And then at the end of the 5 weeks, we put the toddler next to the parent on the horse, and they do a little horseback ride, which
very
is
cool.
Very special. To hear those little kids squeaking and squealing when they're on top of a horse is pretty powerful. Yeah.
Do you have any groups with homeschooled kids?
Homeschooled kids, yes, we do have homeschooled kids that come through. They do, just get out of the house, and we're going to do a volunteer group work program, and then I've had them come where they do, do
like
a riding class or a field trip.
Yeah.
We do a lot of stuff with the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, getting them their badges.
Okay.
we have a couple of those coming up, and so those are other popular programs that we have. The probably the best program that we have is our family membership, and I think that's just for every family to come in, check it out. If you have the family membership, it gives you discounts on all the other programming.
Okay.
The membership will literally will pay for itself within a month.
Yeah.
Of use,
and you'll go over there and you'll just fall in love with all the animals.
Absolutely, yeah. We always say this, Ron. The connection that you're going to make at the ranch is better than any connection you're going to find in that cell phone.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Scott.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Ron.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for tuning in. We will see you next Tuesday on Southwest Flavor. Thank you.